Hey friends, today we're going to do the next 2 pages of your 5th grade cooking show project. Let's go ahead and get started. Now that you have the perfect recipe, it's time to create a shopping list. Look around the kitchen to see which ingredients you already have and figure out what you need to buy more of. Okay, so this first problem says that you find 8/12 cups of Funfetti cake mix in the kitchen cabinet, but you'll need to buy more at the store since you need 1.5 cups for your recipe. How much more Funfetti cake mix do you need to buy from the store? Okay, so in order to solve this problem, we're going to take the total amount of cake mix that's needed. That's 1.5 cups. Subtract 8/12 cups from that, because that's how much you already have in your cabinet. The difference between those two amounts is the amount of cake mix that you still need to buy. So I'm going to name that M for cake mix. Now notice we have halves and we have twelfths here. So you're going to need to find a common denominator before you can subtract them. When you're done, type your answer in the Google document. Okay, let's look at the next problem. This says that you need 1 1/3 cups of white chocolate chips for your recipe. You find 4 1/4 cups in a small dish on the counter, but you spill 3 1/6 on the floor. How many cups of white chocolate chips are left in the container? Do you need to buy more at the store? If so, how much more do you need to buy? This is a multi-step problem. We're going to have to do at least 2 different things in order to get an answer. Okay, so let's take a look at what we know so far. This is the amount that you found on your counter, 4 1/4 cups. When you spilled it, you're removing 3 1/6 cups. So the amount that you get here is what you still have after the spill. So I'll call this, I guess I'll just call it C for chips, white chocolate chips. So you're going to need to compare the amount that you still have left after your spill. Compare that to 1 1/3 cups, because that's what you need for your recipe. If your amount is greater than 1 1/3 cups, then you know you have enough. If it's less than 1 1/3 cups, you're going to need to buy some more. If that's the case, then step 2 is going to be to figure out how much more you need to buy. So for that, you'll take the amount that you need, subtract what you have, which we've named C, and the amount that's left is the amount that you still need to go to the store to buy. So I'll name that B for buy. Okay, I think this one will really stretch your thinking, so have fun with it. You find 1/12 cups of powdered sugar in a container in the pantry. Luckily, you find another bag with 1/6 cups in it. If the recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup, will you need to buy more powdered sugar at the store? And if so, how much more? This is another multi-step problem. We're going to need to do 2 different things in order to get our answer. Step 1, let's figure out how much sugar you have. You found 1/12 of a cup in the pantry. And you also found another bag with 1/6 of a cup in it. So that's how much sugar you have. I'm going to name that amount S for sugar. The recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup. So you're going to need to compare S, which is the amount of sugar you have, to 1/3 of a cup. If it's less than 1/3 of a cup, then you'll have to subtract what you have from 1/3. The amounts that's left will be what you still need to buy. So we'll name that B for buy. Okay, last question on this page. In the pantry, you find 3 2/3 cups of Chex cereal. If you need 6 cups to make sprinkle chow, how much Chex cereal will you need to buy from the store? We're going to take the 6 cups that you need and subtract 3 2/3 cups. Whatever is left is the amount that you still need to buy at the store. Okay, now let's look at the next page. It's time to pick up everything you need for the cooking show. Once you get to the store, you realize there are great sales today on baking ingredients. Circle the best deal for each ingredient. You need to circle the greater amount for each ingredient because, of course, it's a better deal to buy more for the same amount of money. So, like, for example, for Chex cereal, you can either get 6 5/6 cups for $3.50, or you can get 6 3/12 cups for $3.50. Which of these amounts is bigger? The bigger amount is the better deal, so that's what you'll circle. Do that for all of the ingredients. Now let's look at this question. You were excited to get the best deals on each of the ingredients above. How many tablespoons of sprinkles did you end up buying at the store? Okay, to answer this question, we need to remember that we've already learned there are 16 tablespoons in 1 cup. So this is actually a multi-step problem. We're going to need to combine the amount of white sprinkles and rainbow sprinkles that we purchased. That's step 1. Step 2 is convert the amount of sprinkles that were purchased to tablespoon measures. Remember that when you're converting a larger unit of measurement to a smaller one, you need to multiply. So we'll take the total number of cups of sprinkles, which I'm going to name C, and we're going to multiply that times 16 tablespoons in a cup. And our answer will be the total number of tablespoons of sprinkles that were purchased, which I'm going to name that amount T for tablespoons. So T is going to represent the number of tablespoons that were purchased. Okay, one last question to do for today. You only needed to buy 1/12 cup of powdered sugar for the recipe. If you got the best deal on powdered sugar at the store, how many cups will you have left over after using the 1/12 cup that you needed? So we're going to take the total amount of powdered sugar that was purchased, so I'll name that P for powdered sugar, and we're going to subtract 1/12 of the cup from that. The amount that's left over, we'll call that L for leftovers. So that's your leftover sugar.